back. So we're going to do a pencil today. And I know we've done pencils. I know pencils have been done. But this is more of just kind of showing you how I did it with a vinyl wrap. I took one piece of vinyl and I measured the width around and the height. And then I cut out this pencil, you know, template or whatever that you would have done in like the cat scratch, the double-sided tape. But instead, I cut it out with the vinyl. So that way, the inside of the pencil, the body of the pencil would be those vinyl stripes, but then it would also give me the areas that I needed to do in other glitter colors. So I found this vinyl on Gracefully Created, and it was very cool. It was part of a pack, I think, or something like that. And I really wanted to make a tumbler for my, I made a tumbler a long time ago, a pencil tumbler for my son's teachers for Christmas. And this was going to be his last week at this school. And I really wanted to just show my appreciation for Miss Gabby, because she had been so amazing and really just spent so much time with Jefferson and really took him on, and I just could really see an improvement once she kind of took over as his teacher. So I really wanted to show my appreciation, and I am a gift giver. That is my love language. And so if I give you something, that means that you mean a lot to me. So this is why I wanted to make this for her, and I thought it would be something kind of an upgrade from the one that I had made her in the beginning. It was a smaller 20-ounce little one, and so this one was a 30-ounce, and it was a little bit better made. Yeah, I've learned a lot since then, and so I just kind of wanted to share it with you guys. This is a back to school. I know your teachers, you don't even know them yet, but this is something you could keep in your repertoire, ready to go for when you have Christmas or the end of school next year, that you're like, you know what, I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at that pencil tumbler, and we're going to do that. So as you can see there, I have everything cut out on the vinyl, this vinyl design or whatever, and I used my Cami Page Ultimate Tumbler tool to get me a straight line, and I wrapped it around, checked it again, made sure, and that way we had, the straightest line we could possibly get. And then we were going to use that template and everything to peel off, and then use glue, paint, whatever, to apply our glitter. We're also going to feature some new glitters from Bougie Glitter Boutique. Some of the one of them is one that I designed in not last month, but the month before. I designed it for that box, which there will be another box coming up very soon. I'm very excited. I think it might be this month, but I'm not sure. But it is Christmas, Alice in Wonderland. It is awesome. I promise you, you won't want to miss it. So link down below. Check it out. Anyways, I wanted to feature some of the new Bougie colors, some of the Bougie glitter period, just so that y'all could see it. And this is all just kind of a, watch me do this. This is what you can do. Here's some new glitters. Here's some new vinyl. It's all, that's kind of why I make these, just to show you things, to teach you things, to give you new places to look, places to shop, all of the enabling I can possibly do for you. Anyways, let's go back to this. So I used just some tape that I got from the Dollar Tree, which is like clear, like shelving tape or whatever. And it is really, honestly, like some of the best transfer paper or tape that I use. I've bought fancy stuff from Amazon and all kinds of places, and I'm telling you, it's great. And it's for $1 or $1.25, I guess, whatever. I haven't even been back now that it's $1.25, but I will eventually, I'm sure. Anyways, so I am taking just this purple paint, because I'm going to use purple, because purple is her favorite color, which we are, in a sync there, because purple is my favorite color. So I was like, yay, I can use purple. So I kind of picked this vinyl because it had the purple flowers and it just kind of had, you know, just this purple tinge to it. So I thought that it would work perfect. So I'm going in with lavender burst. I'm going to get that so wrong. Lavender something. Anyways, it's a beautiful color. It is kind of a chunky mix, and I painted this purple, and then I went in after this dried and I took some CrystaLac glitter glue and I used it as an adhesive, because sometimes with the paint, if you don't paint it good enough or you don't you know, get it even enough, it just doesn't adhere the glitter as well. So I took the CrystaLac glitter glue after this and applied that as well. So I actually did a couple coats of the purple, and then I mixed those cups that you get from the laundromat. I mean, not the laundromat. I'm like the Gain or the Downy or whatever, and they like come with the cups that you squirt out. I don't use those cups because my drawer comes out and I just take it and squirt it into the drawer. So I just take these cups and bring them into my craft room and use them for all kinds of stuff. Alcohol, inks, paint, mixing paint, that kind of thing. So I pouring glitter in them, whatever. So I used the 2 coats just of this light purple, and then I went in with a mixture of this purple and CrystaLac, and that was what I used to adhere this beautiful lavender glitter on. So now that that's nice and wet, so that the glitter can stick on there, this was probably the best application of glitter that you know, with the paint and with the glue mixed in with the paint, I got like the best coverage. And can we talk about that purple? I mean, look at that purple. This lavender burst, I think is what it is. It's so gorgeous. Anyways, I just had to take a moment. I know I do this sometimes, but it's so beautiful. You had to look at it. Anyways, so we took off that first part of the eraser there, and now we're going to take off this part of the where the band, the silver band is, and I'm not going to paint that because obviously it's silver, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to go in with the black because I was going to let that purple dry just a little bit before I went in and did that, because I didn't want to just go like straight into the silver and have silver, you know, get in there. So I just went to the bottom and I put on the black paint. And this, because the black just, I don't know, it just has such good coverage, I went ahead and just poured the glitter right over the paint because, I don't know, it just seemed like okay for me to do that. I don't know why, but I was like, okay, this is wet enough and solid enough that I could just like pour the glitter right over this. So I went in with Storm from Bougie Glitter Boutique, and it is a gorgeous gray, silvery, dark color, and I just thought it read more of that graphite than just like a solid black. And because you put the black underneath with the paint, it gave it a little more of a deep color. And so I just thought this was a really awesome, you know, pencil lead color. And once again, we'll just look at how beautiful this is. It's just so beautiful. Could you imagine that on a sunset, you know, at the top? Anyways, so beautiful. So now we're going to go back up to the top and we're going to do some CrystaLac glitter glue here, and we are going to apply our silver chrome to fill in that silver band that goes underneath the eraser. And I just made sure that we had enough glue on there, kind of patted it on there to kind of give it some, you know, make sure that it was thick enough. And then I just poured that chrome right over that, and it's just this beautiful silver. I mean, it's just so metallic. It's just gorgeous, and I love it. So I just wanted to show y'all. I won't do a zoom in, but look at that. It's so pretty. Nope, I'm going to do a zoom in. Sorry. Sometimes I edit these before I start talking them through, and then... But look at how pretty. Anyways, beautiful. Now we're going to go into the pencil wooden part of the pencil, and that we are going to use Speakeasy. Now, these are all going to be available on the Bougie website, but she has been in the process of moving, and so she has some things on there. I think Flapper is available, but Speakeasy and Gilded Age and 1920s, I don't think it's available just yet. Tuxedo, Gatsby, those were the ones that were in that box if you got it. But this Speakeasy is just a beautiful gold. It is a extremely gold color, and I wanted it to be that way because I wanted it to kind of reflect, like, if you go down into a Speakeasy, it's just like, it's, you know, kind of illuminated by candles and maybe, you know, just, it's just going to be a warm sense because you're going to have all the liquors in there. And so I kind of wanted just this golden feel to this, and that's why I called it Speakeasy. Anyways, I just wanted to show y'all this beautiful gold. It just looks, it's just so gorgeous, and I think it looks amazing with this, for the wood. It just gives just enough of that, you know, wooden brown golden color. So anyways, I was very happy with the overall of all of that whole box. I hope you got to use it. If not, they will be available on the site soon. So then I took it outside and I sealed it. I put like 3 or 4 coats of gloss clear spray, and I did not want this to be, you know, traveling all over. And so I did just the middle part first, and then I went over the eraser and the little metal part at the top. I just kind of went over that because I figured I would go over that first, because then we would go into the darker parts at the bottom, and I figured it would be okay if any of that, you know, got into there. I think we would be okay because it is a mix, that Speakeasy, and I didn't get very much movement, so I was very happy. But this is just a way to do this at the very beginning, and then after this you just go in with more and more coats, and it just starts to even out. But you don't have to get too crazy with the evening out at the very beginning. You can just kind of cover up those glittery parts and everything. So I went in with probably 2 or 3 coats, because I wanted to use this particular decal, which it had a white backing, but the other parts of that, you have to be aware, are still clear. So if you put something over it, it's still going to show those scratches. So you want to make sure that you don't have, you know, a sanded part like in that middle. If you wanted to sand the bottom or the top, you know, and put the vinyl stripes on there, that's perfectly fine, but you don't want to have it sanded where you're going to be putting that decal. Even though it has the white for the lettering and stuff, it's not going to be, it's going to still show through that clear if it is sanded. I hope that makes sense. So that's why I wanted to make sure that this was nice and smooth, and that's when I put the decal on, and then also put all of, you know what, I'm lying. I did not put the decal on yet because I wanted to put the stripes on and then put the decal on. So this is sanded. Scratch all of what I just said. This is sanded, and I'm putting the the vinyl stripes on, and I am cutting them and doing all of that, and then I'm going to go in with a coat of epoxy after I seal this, and then we will put on our decal. So I hope you got that. Sorry about that. Sometimes I watch these videos after and I think that's the step I'm at, but it is not the step. So this is where we're at. We're putting these lines on, then we're going to put a coat of epoxy, then we're going to do decals. So I always like to put those middle stripes on first, and then go in with the stripes on the tops and the bottoms, you know, on the wooden part and the metal part, to cover up those stripes that are in the middle. I think that's a much better look than the stripes going over that, those stripes that go around the bottom parts and everything. So that's why I did those first. And then this is like a clear kind of sparkly silver vinyl. It's a little bit see-through, but it's sparkly. So it just kind of added just a little bit of a clean line, but it didn't take too much away. And I thought it would work perfect right underneath that purple. and it would read just fine there. So then I went in with this metallic gold, and I will suggest not to use this particular metallic gold, just any other thing that you have. This stuff does just not stick very well. And so I had a little bit of pulling up, even though I sealed it and everything. I just don't have very good luck with this stuff. And I have used it many times, and every time I use it, I'm like, why am I using this? Anyways, did anybody else have that? But then I just can't throw it away because I don't know why, but anyways, I can't throw anything away, so that's just my biggest problem. But anyways, so I did these. I did a little bit of gold here. You could do like a zigzag, you know, and kind of do it that way, but I just take bits and pieces and just kind of piece it together, and it looks fine. But you know, totally do what is comfortable for you, what you feel like is right. But I just don't want to cut anything more, and I had these extra strips kind of laying around, so I do that a lot. I cut like extra strips sometimes, and then I just keep them in the drawer. And then when things like this come up, I'm like, ooh, I have some purple. This would work. Ooh, I have this gold. That could work. You know? So I do cut stripes, but then I don't, right? Anyways, we're going to go ahead and finish this video. So I sealed all of that vinyl in with a coat of Mod Podge, and then I put an immediate coat of epoxy after that dried, and then I did some sanding and all of that, and just in the little places where it kind of came up a little bit, so I just kind of knocked some of those hard pieces off. But I didn't want to do too much in the area that I was going to put that decal, so I just kind of went around the edges and tried to keep a pretty clean space for our decal. Now, I put the decal on, but I didn't like the way that it looked without anything behind it. Now, I know these are supposed to have white backing, but you'll see what I mean here in a minute. So I kept this in here because I wanted y'all to see that I was kind of weary because that dark purple, the Learn, was kind of a darker color, and I know it has a white backing, but sometimes even that, it just doesn't have enough. It does have like too much colors in the background that it won't, you know, be very vibrant. And that's kind of how I felt about this. But I was like, we're going to put this on and we're going to see, you know, maybe it'll look fine because of the white backing and everything, as you can see there. And so I found my spot, and I was like, okay, let's do it. I was trying to make sure, because I did sand in a few places. So I was just trying to make sure that I wasn't in those sanded spots. And then I thought, oh, let's do it in between one of those lines, you know, of the pencil. And I guess it looks okay, but I just felt like it just really was not like it was not coming off of the pencil like I thought. And I just wanted to have this a lot more vibrant. So I took it off, and I was like, okay, we're going to do something a little bit different here. So I went ahead and just added Miss Gabby's name on there. And actually the first one that I did, I spelled her name wrong. It was supposed to be 2 B's, and I put 1 B. Anyways, so I spelt it right this time. And I made it right. So I felt much better about this. So anyways, I used some of the purple holographic glitter, and then I used some of the black glitter on top of that. So it had kind of a purpley, darker colored look to it. And I thought it came out beautiful. And I wanted it to be kind of big and like scripted like that. So I found that font. I'll try to find that font for y'all and link it down below. Now, after that, I went in with my chalk paint. So I was measuring to see, I was going to cut a piece of vinyl, maybe cut it in that shape and whatnot. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do something that's a little bit different. So I took this makeup brush, and I took some of my white chalk paint, and I just kind of dabbed it around in an area that was kind of basically the size of this decal. And what I thought was, you know, paint, chalk, something along those lines, you know, for a teacher, although I don't even think chalkboards are even used anymore. But it did give just enough of like kind of a little bit of a messy look, but a little bit of a, you know, I don't know. It just turned out really cool. I was very happy with, I don't know what came over me, but I was like, I'm just going to throw some paint on here because I didn't want to cut the vinyl, and I was just worried that the size of the vinyl, I wasn't going to get it right. And then, so I thought, you know what, we'll just do this little background here and that'll work out perfect. So then, of course, I sealed that and I put final coats on, and this is what we have. See, it's so much better. You can see so beautiful, that decal. It's a beautiful day to learn, and that's what, she just does a great job of learning. Miss Gabby, we love you if you're watching this. Anyways, we're so sad to leave you, but I hope you enjoy your Tumbler. And you guys, thank you for watching. Please join my group, like, subscribe, all of that down below. Join my group. From Facebook, we have a lot of fun, talk about things over there. I'll have special videos for y'all, and I'll see you next time.